Happy Thursday, Space Cadets. It is Miss Lyons here. It's the 28th of January, and today we're just going to have one learning journey video because we are ready to write our survival guides. We've done lots of planning and now it's time to get writing, and that's why you're going to have all day to do this rather than have 2 activities for today. Can I create a survival guide? Yes, we can. We'll do it together. Let's open up those gates, but before we do, can you guess what our learning gateway is? Can you remember? Well done, everybody. I can hear you all say, explorers. How have I challenged myself? How am I getting better? What are we using, children, this week to help us get better in writing? That's right, our targets that we wrote and that we set on Monday. Those help us see that we're getting so much better every day at writing. With lots of practice, we are getting there. Can you remember our learning question for the week? That's right. Can I help Baboon prepare for a fun trip to the moon? Now, before we get started on writing our survival guides, children, I just wanted to check in with you and see how we feel we've done with challenging ourselves so far this week. Have a think. What score would you give yourself out of 10 for using your target to help you? If you have had your target in mind all week, maybe you wrote it down on Monday and you've had it next to you every day since, and you've met it each time you've written, then you could give yourself a 10. If sometimes you think, oh, I've tried really hard to remember, but I have forgotten a few times, you might go for a bit of a 6, perhaps. And I'm sure that there'll be nobody with a 1. But if you feel like you're really struggling with your target, you might say, oh, actually, I think I need a new target because it's a bit tricky for me, so I'm going to give myself a 3. Okay, so it doesn't matter, it's up to you which number you choose, but just have a think and a check-in with yourself. Talk to your grown-up. Where would you put yourself on this scale right now? Okay, children, so I'm going to go for about a 6, okay? It would be very rare to have a 10 because that means that we'd be perfect and we need a new target. So I'm going to go for a 6 because I've really tried hard to remember my target, but I have forgotten a few times. Okay, so once you've got your number, have a think. What could we do that might help us to get to the next number along? So I don't want to jump all the way from 6 to 10 because that would be a long way, wouldn't it? And that would be quite tricky. I just want to jump from 6 to 7. How do you think I could do that? I've forgotten my target, guys. So what do I need to do to help myself remember? Now, in Oak class, we always have our target cards with us, don't we? And I know we don't have those at home, but perhaps you could draw a little picture. Maybe if you're thinking about capital letters, you could draw yourself A, B, C to remind yourself much more neatly than I am. Okay, or maybe you could draw yourself a little finger space to help you, or a big full stop. And you could have it on a little card next to you as you're writing. Or even you could, if you're allowed, if your grown-up lets you, you could stick it to the wall with some blue tack or some sellotape if that's okay with your grown-up. That might really help. Or you could talk to your grown-up about your target and they could help remind you as well, couldn't they? Okay, so those are some kind of tips that you could use to get from the number you are today to the next number. Okay, so if you're forgetting your target sometimes, something that you can see is going to help you to remember. Okay? Okay, children, it's the do part now. It's what we've all been waiting for, to write our survival guides. So you have got a few choices, children. You could do it as a poster where your whole sheet of paper is your survival guide. You've got a title at the top and some little boxes to write in. Okay, so that's one option. Or you could decide to go for a leaflet where you've got either folded over like a card or 3 ways like this, and I'll show you how you can do that now. Okay, so you're going to fold it over into the middle and the other side as well. Okay, and then when you open it out, you've got like a leaflet with 3 parts. Okay, so once you've decided if you want to go for the poster or the leaflet, you need to have a think about what your title is going to be for your survival guide. Now I've written having fun on the moon, but you might write what to pack to take to the moon, or how to have fun on the moon. So pause the video and have a little think. You could even just write fun on the moon, couldn't you? Where should the title go, children? At the top of your poster or at the front of your leaflet here? Okay, so pause the video, fold your paper if you want to, and write your title, whatever it might be. Okay, you could even ask your grown-up to draw some lines on your paper with a ruler so that you can write your letters on the line, and that might help you as well. Okay, children, so now we've got our title and we've decided whether we're going to have a poster or a leaflet. We need to choose our challenge. So, green challenge. We're going to be thinking about Fred fingers to spell and finger spaces. And we're going to be thinking about 1 or 2 items to help Baboon and to help him pack. Okay, so we're going to think about 1 or 2 things that he could pack. So here's my poster, and I'm going to write, I think he should pack a guitar, and it's going to be a brown guitar. So I'm going to use my Fred fingers, brown, brown, that's 4 sounds, isn't it? Let's pinch them together. Brown, brown. Let's write it down. Brown, finger space. That's what I'm thinking about today, isn't it, with green challenge? Brown, guitar. Guitar. Now, grown-ups, we know that there's a U in there, but children can't hear that U, and so they may just write it like this, using their sounds, and that would be okay. All right, so brown guitar is one thing that I'd like Baboon to pack. What else could he pack so that he can have more fun on the moon? A friend. I think I'm going to write friend. Friend. 5 sounds. Here we go. Friend. Friend. And again, grown-ups, we know there's an I in there, but we can't hear it. And so your child may well write this. If they're in Year 1 and Year 2, they should be learning how to spell this word. It's a Year 1 tricky word, okay? So they should be practicing the correct spelling, okay? So we've got friend there, okay? So that's my green challenge. I have thought about my Fred fingers and my finger spaces, and I've written 1 or 2 items for Baboon to pack, okay? If you'd like a different challenge, a bit of a trickier challenge perhaps, let's look at Amber challenge. Here we go. So, Fred fingers, finger spaces, full stops, capital letters, and if you'd like to, children, some adjectives. Okay, it says 2 or 3 items. So, I'm going to go back to my poster. Here we are, and I'm going to see how I can put these into some sentences, children, if you're doing Amber challenge. So, brown guitar. Okay, pack a brown guitar, full stop. That's a good sentence, isn't it? Should we say it together? Pack a brown guitar, full stop. Okay, pack with a capital letter. It's the beginning of a sentence. P, a, k. Pack, 3 sounds. Finger space. A brown. Now we know how to spell that because we've just had a go. Brown, 4 sounds. Brown. Pack a brown guitar. What do I need on the end of a sentence? A full stop. Okay, pack a brown guitar. And that's going to be my first piece of advice in my survival guide. Okay, and now I'm going to turn this one into a sentence as well. I've got friend here. What could we say? We could say take a friend, couldn't we? Take a friend, full stop. Let's think about the word take. How many sounds can you hear? T, a, k. 3 sounds. T, capital T, because it's the beginning of a sentence. A, it's going to be a split A, children. A, k, take, finger space. A, friend, and we know how to spell that. What do I need on the end of a sentence there? A full stop. Thank you, children. Okay, so we've got pack a brown guitar and take a friend. Oh, what kind of friend is it going to be? Because we need an adjective, don't we? Take a special friend. I like that. Take a special friend. Okay, there we are. So, Amber challenge. We used our thread fingers, our finger spaces, our full stops and capital letters, and we've got some adjectives. There are 2 or 3 items for Baboon to pack. Year 2 children especially, if you'd like an extra challenge, then have a think about red challenge with me now. So all the things we were thinking about before, thread fingers, finger spaces, full stops and capital letters, adjectives, and using because or so to explain why. And I've written here 3 to 5 items. Okay, so let's go back to my poster or my leaflet, depending on which one you've chosen to do. So let's change this sentence. Let's expand this sentence to use because. Pack a brown guitar because music is fun. Yeah, or because music is entertaining. I love that word. It's better than fun, isn't it? Pack a brown guitar because music is, finger space, entertaining, full stop. Okay, that's 1. Pack a brown guitar because music is entertaining. Now I'm going to challenge myself to use the word so, I think, in this one. Ooh. Take a special friend. Finger space, so you don't feel lonely. Okay, and that's my second piece of advice. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, but you can carry on, red children, to include 3 to 5 items for Baboon to pack. Okay, so you've got all day to work on your survival guide, children. Okay, title, decide how you're going to split your page up, and then think about your coloured challenge. Good luck, and take a picture to show us when you're finished. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye.